Ask George is brought to you in association with International Cricket Tours. ICT are specialists in cricketing holidays with a personal touch. So if you're looking at going to New Zealand, Australia or Sri Lanka this winter, look no further than International Cricket Tours.
Day 3, maybe the penultimate day of the England-India Test Series. And this is Ask George. Tom Burridge asks,
Burrows?
is this peak-Bazball? Bowl poorly.
Is it what? Peak?
Peak.
Oh,
Peak-Bazball.
I thought you said pig.
Peak.
I was wondering why you were talking about a pig.
Peak-Bazball.
Say the word pig.
Pig.
It doesn't sound much like pig.
Peak.
Okay, that was in English. Okay.
Bowl poorly, force a big fourth innings target and chase it down to seal the series.
That's really interesting. Yeah, very well put.
No, and with only 10 batters available.
Oh, don't completely rule out the chance of Chris Woakes heroically striding to the crease with just 110 needed.
Oh my God.
One arm.
Yes.
I mean,
that would be peak-Bazball.
At what stage would he have to come in? I mean, he doesn't have to come in. But at what stage would he... 20? 35?
Oh,
I don't know.
That's still a long way off, to be fair.
Do you know what? I think this is a bridge too far.
Yeah.
I think there were a couple of times today that India just took it beyond. I mean, Washington Sundar, I love as a cricketer.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jaswal, deep, played brilliantly this morning. They bowled poorly for a bit there as well, England. They've dropped 6 catches in that India second innings, 6. And I just added up all the extras. I can't remember how many it was, but it's ballpark 64 in the match.
And I reckon most of those were scored around the fine leg region. So many went.
A lot of wides.
And
22 wides. And then all the byes, which poor Jamie Smith, who looked weary. So if you drop 6 catches in an innings, if you concede 60 extras across a game, there's no Ben Stokes, there's probably no Chris Woakes, there's the great Joe Wilson though. Then that's very unprofessional. That's the sort of thing he wouldn't do.
I know,
you know that. He wouldn't see a friend while he's recording and just go, oh, whatever that noise was.
I love Joe Wilson.
Well, we all do. It'd be hard not to love him. No idea what we're saying.
But it would be,
pretty much covered it anyway. Something about Joe Wilson.
It would be peak, absolutely.
Peak Joe Wilson.
Yeah,
it would. To pull off this. Actually, it would be quite reflective of the series. I mean, India were ahead in nearly the whole of the first test and managed to lose it, weren't they? So that England stole it at the last minute. I don't think India really deserved to go home having lost, but that deserve's got nothing to do with it, as Clint Eastwood memorably said.
Look, if England managed to pull this off, it would be nigh on miraculous.
Oh, I think this would be, that's what I've written, I think it would be arguably the best achievement of this era, of their, the McCullum-Stokes era.
Yeah.
I mean, winning some of those games in Pakistan on that first tour was pretty incredible. But I know that they chased more against the same side 3 years ago, but the pitch was not like this. No. There were 3 balls in that last session which reared past the batters' chins or hit them even. Oh, it's tough.
Really tough.
So
It would be peak-Bazball. Basically, the answer to your question, Tom Burridge,
is yes.
Yes.
But I give England's chances of success 10-15% tomorrow, to be honest. Is that? What do you think? Is that?
Yeah, I agree. Everything's against them, and it would absolutely be incredible when you think about it, especially having lost a wicket, having lost Zach Crawley early on. If they had managed to knock off 100 with an opening partnership, in the first innings,
they actually did quite well to get 50, didn't they?
Which says a lot about Patton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yes, that was a long way to get to yes. Occidental Touriste asks, at the time of writing, England's 3 seamers have bowled 70 overs against 8 of spin, with England only having batted 51. England's current approach is ruinous for the bowlers.
God, I feel I need a bit of paper to understand the question. I need to write it down.
What Oxo is saying is that basically England didn't bat long enough, and so these poor bowlers, these 3 seamers who have had to carry a massive load, didn't get much of a break.
It's a really fair point, but even more than that, they had to make 16 chances in the second innings. So if you think that, I can't remember how many catches were dropped in the first innings, but if you think they needed to create almost 30 chances in the game, it's pretty tough for them when there are only 3 seamers. So you don't really want to be bowling spinners here, do you? Particularly, they're not playing a specialist. I'm not sure he's... I'm glad that this guy is not hugely inhibited, but seeing us recorded and doesn't think that he can just carry on shouting at everyone. It's in a way, it's brilliantly liberated of him. Anyway, and he's built like Lee Fortis. I'm exaggerating. He's about half the size of Lee Fortis. He's merely enormous.
You're going to get us beaten up in a second.
The good thing about Lee Fortis is I think I can outrun him. But he probably does have a peculiar set of skills. Creating green wickets.
Let's not go back to Liam Neeson.
No, let's not. That's over.
That's over.
I've told him it's over. It was fun while it lasted.
So, but it is a fair point. It's like everything has gone against these seamers, and sometimes they've gone against themselves as well and made it hard for themselves.
I think the point behind the question is really pertinent and accurate in that England have been run by batters, really, haven't they? I mean, I know McCullum was a keeper and Stokes bowls as well, but he didn't bowl for quite a long time when this team has been put together, and it's very, very hard on them. I think the point you make is very fair, particularly in this game. I mean, I thought Gus Atkinson got hit around at the end, and he was just exhausted. You know, Atkinson and Tongue have never bowled this many overs in a first-class game in their whole careers. And obviously Overton hasn't for a very long time. So I thought that actually England seamers had really quite good days. I thought there were, Tongue bowls, wicket-taking balls. That's all sorts of things you're after in a seamer, but the magic thing is that he can bowl wicket-taking balls almost whatever the circumstances. He's a top wicket-taker, England's top wicket-taker in the series.
Yeah,
He's only played 3 tests. Atkinson's come back in. He's slightly different, but he makes you play. He's accurate. They're going to have to keep him fresh. But there's a lot to like there. I think those two are going to the Ashes. And Jamie Overton actually got better as the game went on. I think I'm Jamie Overton's biggest fan.
Every time he was sitting there going, oh, did you see the speed on that one?
Yeah, well, he got up to 90 miles an hour, but he was much better in his final spell than he had been. There's no way to pretend that he was at his best yesterday or the day before. The innings was painful, brief and painful. Didn't actually use his bat once. Did you notice that? So he's had a hard time with things, but I thought that he came on today. I thought England seamers could be quite proud of their efforts today, was the point. And equally, the question makes a good point. Oh, they ask a lot of them.
They sure do.
The Cricketers' award-winning team brings our subscribers news, features and insight on county and international cricket every single day. You can try us now by signing up for £1. Yes, you heard that correctly, just £1 at thecricketer.com/digital.
Jonathan Ramundi asks, with the amount of needle in the series and how easy to wind up we appear to be, are the Aussies rubbing their hands and preparing their best one-liners already?
They're not. Oh, the sophisticated one-liners. Did you see David Warner in the press? Oh, Joe Root's going to have to get his surfboard out of the way. Jeez.
Yeah. Do you know what?
He's not about to go doing stand-up, is he?
Do you know what I would say? And bearing in mind, obviously, I straddle the world, or the 2 countries, you know what I mean? I straddle.
Why are you making that to some jazz hands thing? Do you need to go to the loo?
I think that...
Oh my God, no, sorry, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I've got to while I remember. Brown bearded guy, 54, a commenter. So I don't read the comments, but how many people sent those to us?
Look.
I don't read the comments on YouTube anyway, I read the ones on X. So apparently someone said, are they a couple? Yeah, on the comments. And you've replied, is it brown bearded guy 54 or 84, something like that. Yeah, they've been together for years, yeah, with great certainty and knowledge. I don't think you're the people reader you think you are.
It's a fact that if you are someone like me, as in a woman who does video.
Like a woman.
Like woman adjacent.
A bit like a, yes. Yes, remember that?
It doesn't matter. I get accused of that all the time.
Of being woman adjacent.
Find you someone who looks at you like Mel looks at insert co-host. It doesn't matter who it is. Sorry, you're not special. Oh.
No, I just thought it was quite funny, the certainty with which... And Hugh was jealous. He was like, well, I think maybe you do have more chemistry than we have. And people think that I don't like Hugh. I love Hugh. I genuinely do, don't I? I'm very, very fond of, and he's my boss. Everyone's my boss, but actually apart from you.
Get on with it. Yeah.
What were we talking about?
I was talking about straddling.
I'm so sorry. Why? I was trying to save you from just end the straddle thing. Wasn't working.
Well, I would say, don't show this to anyone in Australia. But honestly, this England team is living in Australian cricket's heads rent-free far more
That's
than
the bit you need to clip up.
team is living in England cricket's heads. Does that make sense? It's like...
Do you know, there's a really interesting thing, and I think you may have mentioned it. You know the whole comment about the moral victory? I don't know why people say this to me. I've never said it. I think what happened in a press conference, either it was after the Manchester Test, I can't remember if it was in Manchester or here.
It was Manchester. It was after
definitely
the draw.
after, yeah. And someone said to Harry Brook, I can't remember who's asked.
It was, but they said,
one of the journos said, would you say,
like
does this feel like a moral victory? And he went, yeah, it does in a way. That's it. That's all that happened.
And look it up. Go and look up how moral victory is used in sport. In cricket, we say it's a moral victory when a batter inside edges and it goes for 4 and you think, oh, moral victory for the bowler there. It doesn't have anything to do with morals or morality or moral superiority. It means you feel like you've got something out of a contest, even if you haven't literally won it.
It might just be me, but I find the sledging and the nonsense around, I don't mean on the pitch, I mean in the media and stuff. I found the Courier Mail stuff incredibly dull. But maybe it's just me. Other people seem to find it really funny. I found it sort of like a toddler doing the same joke 25 times. If you think,
Twitter,
but if it were, well, no, but some jokes are funny and bear repeating, but it was just like tiresome. If you need that stuff, this series has been brilliant.
Yes.
And the series of the Ashes doesn't need that bollocks to be entertaining, I don't think.
Yeah, it's just funny, but I cannot believe how many people are talking about this in comparison to how much people here talk
Every
about
team in the world would want Ben Stokes in it. And no, every team in the world would. You'd be, if you're an Indian supporter or a Australian supporter and you don't think, oh, I kind of wish we had a player like Ben Stokes. Don't know what you're talking about. I mean, there are other players like that in the world. We thought that in England about Shane Warne and Glenn McGrath, well, to be fair, the whole side, for years. But, you know, the sort of rubbish talk and all the rest of it, don't need it. Let's just see what happens. It might be fun.
Yeah, I hope
Shall we tell them what's going on behind us and what happened in the outtake last night? I think we both had inadvertently walked behind Talk Sport while they were filming, which is unfortunate. They responded by walking like Egyptians behind us as we were filming, but just as we were filming quite an emotional bit about Graham Thorpe. And as they did it, they overheard and then walked back looking extremely shamefaced. We decided to cut the whole thing because no one came out of it well. But they are walking like Egyptians behind us again. I think that's what it is. I'm not positive he wasn't choking.
After it fell over. We've gone over time. We've had 3 questions.
Come on, doesn't matter. There was only one more.
It's not my fault, Owen. Hey?
Sorry, it's my fault.
Yes, his fault. Reese Benjamin asks,
Hello, Reese.
Will the Ashes be a case of a resistible force? See what he did there?
Why are all these questions about the Ashes?
Yes.
There's one more day of this fantastic
What's going
series.
on?
Well, let's not.
England's bowling versus a movable object, Australia's batting.
I don't know. I don't know how this is going to finish yet. I'm still really, really enjoying this series between England and India. I think India have played really, really well today.
Yeah.
And don't care. We'll worry about that in a few months. It's going to be exhausting. Just let's focus on the present a little bit. It's not all bloody Ashes. The Ashes is great. Don't get me wrong. It's wonderful.
We've still got a game to be finished off here, to be honest.
There's so many brilliant Test series.
Yeah, and this has been one, and we've enjoyed it.
Yeah, we have, and hopefully, there's definitely one more day, maybe 2. There's one more day. So come on, join us tomorrow for the last day, and send us some questions to John about the bloody Ashes.
Yes, it's up to you now. Just send us some about this series. Come on, you can do it. See you tomorrow.
When England will morally win.
Morally. Morally win. Oh, why do I keep saluting?
I don't know.